Well, hi there. We're going on a bit of a road trip to somewhere that I've been before on my YouTube channel, but it's a very special day because on a very rare occasion it's snowing fairly close to Sydney up in the Blue Mountains. I took advantage of what was a very strange weather event, an Arctic vortex is what they call it, and I thought, wow, wouldn't it be fantastic if I could see the Zig Zag Railway, Clarence Station, when it was snowing. It'd be like a ghost railway in the snow. It'd look fantastic, wouldn't it? So I got the family, we got into the car, and we went for a nice drive up into the mountains into some very, very cold weather. So here we are at the top station, Clarence Station. Normally when the Zig Zag Railway is running, this is where you would catch the train to go on your zigzag fun. We're excited because we're seeing falling snow. It's the first time my children have seen it. I've only seen it maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. I really wanted to capture the Zig Zag Railway in this condition because it's like the ghost railway frozen in time. And I've got to start to ask myself, why is it taking so long for this major tourist infrastructure to get back up and running? I'm still spooked by the federal government handing out millions of dollars to Cadbury to get a tour of a chocolate factory back up and running. Yet the Zig Zag Railway just sits there basically almost in total neglect. And that's why I keep making these videos, because who knows, there might be some billionaire out there who would love to be the new Fat Controller and fix up this railway and get it back up and running. The Zig Zag Railway is one of just a few major tourist attractions in the Blue Mountains west of Sydney. While it's not operational, there's a huge tourist black hole in the area surrounding the railway. Tourist attractions on Bell's Line of Road, which is an alternative Blue Mountains drive to Lithgow, all suffer while the railway lies dormant. The Zig Zag Railway suspended services in 2012 after accreditation issues with the New South Wales government. Fires in 2013 caused great loss to the workshops down the bottom of the zigzag and some trains. But real problems with the railway were identified way back in 2006 by the independent safety regulator, citing the railway was a high risk. I dare say if you're playing with these styles of trains, you've got to wrap them up in bubble wrap these days. Over the last couple of years, I've had a few people contact me via my YouTube channels saying they are involved in the railway. I've heard a couple of little stories about what's going on. Some of it's a bit scary, and I'd like to have a few words to say myself about how I think the railway can fix itself up. Clarence Station at the top is a magnificent place to stop. Many people stop there and go and use the toilet facilities, but in essence there's nothing to do there. Once the railway is not working, it comes to a total stop. The railway can't make money unless there are trains moving. Looking through the Facebook page related to the Zig Zag Railway, it does reveal that there's been problems in getting the simplest task done at the right price. They seem to be looking for a cheap solution all the time. I don't think railways like this can ever run on a cheap solution. Yet I can't see the railway helping itself. If it had a coffee stall, a simple shop, or something to do at the top at Clarence Station where a lot of tourists drive by, surely they could be earning some income, even if they were in partnership with a coffee shop. They've got to start helping themselves before someone's going to come along and start helping them. This may sound very tough, but I think you're going to have to be tough here, because unless they start doing something and start showing some business initiative here, the Zig Zag Railway will succumb to the elements, and as time goes on, people will basically forget that it's there. It'll be one of those places where you'll go, "Oh, do you remember the Zig Zag Railway all those years ago?" I do notice on the Facebook page there seems to be some rumblings going on. Some new administration has come into the railway. I think it needed it. And one thing about the Facebook page, which I sort of alluded to before, there was a lot of dirty linen hanging. You could read about the railway. Sometimes that's a little bit too much information, because the picture that it was painting was one of like a poor man's railway, putting patch upon patch upon patch, when what's needed is a far grander solution here to solve a problem. And some of the grandest examples of how to fix the problem actually lays in the tourist circuit in the Blue Mountains that the Zig Zag Railway is connected to. Let's take a look at the Hydro Majestic Hotel, which was in disrepair at the same time the Zig Zag Railway had fallen over. But look what happens when two business partners inject $30 million and restore a Blue Mountains icon to its former glory. This is something that those involved in the Zig Zag Railway need to get in their heads. They need to allow someone to come in with big plans and big money to make things work. The magnificent Hydro Majestic Hotel is how it should be done. It's an example of tons of money making things right. But not only that, it's a smart fix because it's multifaceted. There's many things to do there, and it's also an educational facility. So apart from its tourist purpose, it also has an educational purpose as well, and that's really clever thinking. Now, I'll be quite honest here, I did go to the Hydro Majestic Hotel quite some years back and it was very ratty. It looked terrible. It is a heritage listed building, and the people who have done the refurbishment of this hotel and other facilities should be extremely proud of what they've done. If you're up in the Blue Mountains and you are passing by Medlow, Bath, where the Hydro Majestic Hotel is, you must stop and take a look at what's going on there. It is spectacular. One of the grand assets the Hydro Majestic Hotel has is its incredible view looking down the Medlow Valley. On a clear day you can normally sit there and enjoy the view for a long time, but the day we were there was low cloud, there was snow falling, and there was this incredible wind that turned the audio on my video camera into something that I just can't use. So we're stoking the fire, aren't we? We're seeing what big money can do. It can save places. And there's another place in the Blue Mountains which is notable, and that's a place called Scenic World. That's another really good place to take visitors if they come to Australia. I was very impressed when I went there and saw what's going on. Scenic World is a fantastic example of a tourist attraction which has multi-facets. If one thing isn't working there, there are plenty of other things to do. The Zig Zag Railway also should look at the pricing that goes on in Scenic World, and they have no trouble pulling numbers, so that obviously their prices are right. Between the really steep railway, the Skyway, which has got amazing views, the Cableway, which I think is a newish sort of thing, the amazing scenic walks, which are very impressive and very well laid out, and the restaurants and shops, it is a perfect place to have a really fun time. I don't want to spend too much time looking at Scenic World because it sort of deserves its own video, but it's a great example of how tourist attractions should be set up. And just like the Hydro Majestic, this refurbishment would have cost millions and millions of dollars. I'd hate to think how much it cost. Anyway, it's a great example for the Zig Zag Railway when thinking big and having lots of money equals success. So looking at the Zig Zag Railway again, it fell over in 2012, and ever since then there's been a constant murmuring we'll be back in 12 months. I'm producing this video in January of 2016, and it seems like not much has happened. Sure, there's been an unfortunate fire in 2013, but one thing that I can say is that there has been nothing done to turn Clarence Station into somewhere where you'd want to go, even if the railway isn't working. I'm pretty sure those who run Scenic World, or even the Hydro Majestic Hotel, could turn Clarence Station into an absolute must-see stop. But unfortunately, those who are in love with the Zig Zag Railway can't see the importance of making Clarence Station a tourist attraction, even if the railway isn't running. I know there'll be some people and rail fans of the Zig Zag Railway who won't like what I've said in this video, but I'm hoping they need to remember I've got enormous reach across railway communities all over the world. But to be honest here, I think the people who need to be shaken out of their slumber is people in my own country, and that is Australia. There's the very wealthy federal government here. They've got a long track history of spending millions of dollars on all sorts of things. There's also very wealthy tourist operators here and other railways which are very well cashed up. I just hope that those who are in love with the Zig Zag Railway can understand the need to accept major assistance if it's ever given to them. One of my biggest fears is in another 12 months I could come back to Clarence Station and nothing has changed apart from more vandalism which seems to be building up year after year. Who knows, 2016 may be the year when this railway gets back on its tracks. And I can assure the Zig Zag Railway that if the railway becomes functional again, I'll be up there with my camera and I'll make sure everyone knows. Let's say if another year goes by and we're in the same situation, one little thing which would be nice would be to see maybe a coffee shop at Clarence Station or something being done to make it less of a basket case. Anyway, I better leave this video here. If you have something to say about the Zig Zag Railway or have fond memories of travelling on it, please tell us about it in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now. Oh, ouch.
Oh, come on. Come on. That was cool.